predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series, who comes out ahead in this mirror matchup. As spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have our teal Protoss player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Goblin. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Gen G Esports. It is Trap. The second structure is just cloaked. We can't see it, but it was there. I know what you're referring to. You're referring to the the lack of add-on swap in that last game. It was crazy. But yeah, really interesting opener built out of Oliver in that previous game. But for now, we can focus on our PvP. We're focusing on what is before us. Trap versus Goblin. Here we go. I was referring earlier, Oliver's only loss so far has been to Trap. Meanwhile, Trap so far undefeated in the group. Trap with no blemish on his record, not yet. As we are opening up 2 gates, going to be a 2-gate opener out of Goblin, likewise 2-gate opener out of Trap. If you're in the chat, predictions are about to close, so best of luck. Best of luck with your Gamba, with your channel points. As both players are going to be scouting each other, keeping an eye out on their setups. We can see that the second pylon is thrown down for Goblin in the main, likewise thrown down for Trap as well. So there's no proxy and there's no fake proxy pylon either. No one is faking anyone out. Not this time. So chasing down that initial probe. We have our initial units of choice. It's going to be Stalker Sentry out of Trap, likewise Stalker Sentry out of Goblin, mirrored openers, mirrored builds. Again, Stalker Sentry is kind of the tried and true macro opener. It allows you to have some DPS to work with early on, and likewise some scouting information as well. Sentries are quite common nowadays just because of the most recent buff. I say recent buff. The latest patch did buff the Sentry, did allow them to be a little bit more robust and a little more effective, specifically in the PvP matchup. As a result, has now kind of become the standard go-to opener. Has its place in the meta of PvP. As especially early on, it's difficult to deny an hallucination scouts from those sentries. And that does allow you to get a read on what your opponent's up to, get a read on their tech, on any hidden structures, any shenanigans. Speaking of, there's that hallucination moving out across the map. Hallucination does move out. Trap back at home, opening up with a robo opener. Goblin not too far behind him with his own robo. Expansions have been taken, and both players will be scouting each other with their hallucinations. We confirm the expansion. Both players do. And likewise, we confirm the tech as well. Hallucination into the main of Goblin. Likewise, hallucination across the map as well into the main of Trap. So everyone sees everything. It's the beauty of these sentry openers. We do confirm what's going on. We can see that Goblin is going to be opening up Robo into a Twilight Council. Meanwhile, Trap is opening up Prism first. Now this should be to harass across the map. The goal of this, I imagine, is going to be to move out with Adepts. As I say that though, yet to morph them in. Prism's on the way. And there we go, there are the Adepts for Trap. And Hallucination will confirm this. Basically, Adepts, they can wreak havoc, they can, or 2 Adepts can one-shot probes, but they can have a hard time shading into the main just because of the probe that's in position, just because of the wall off. How do you bypass that? With a War Prism. With a War Prism harass instead. Main army moving out as well, alongside it. Goblin and not going to be opening up with Blink, going for Glaives. Okay, this has been quite trendy here in PvP. Going for Immortals and Glaive Adepts. Meanwhile, we see Trap, he threatens a Shady Collapse on the main army, and we are vulnerable. No shield battery! Yeah, no shield battery whatsoever. Goblin, he was expecting harass. He was not expecting a push. Boys are being pulled. The probes are going down. Trap catching Goblin off guard. Forced to recall back. And we get 10 probe kills already. There's so much damage being done. We force field the ramp. We can juggle on over. And with the help of the Immortal, we should be able to hold on. We force back the army. But the damage was done. Oh, the Prism! No! The Prism goes down. Oh my god. The Prism falls, which means that Goblin is stuck at home. He cannot counterattack. He is going to be stuck for now. And great minds think alike. Both players going into glaives. we have similar builds and similar goals here for both Trap and Goblin, but Trap has a massive economic lead after that successful push. Again, Goblin, he had his army split up. He was expecting Prism harass into the main, not expecting a main army, and was caught off guard. Now we see Trap moving out. We have a 6 gateway explosion. It's going to be an all-in. So a 2-base all-in, add a Trap. Adepts will not... Oh god! They could have made it through. Unfortunately unable to wall off, but they didn't quite commit. Gave me a heart attack back. I was not expecting the Shade Step to make it into the main. But the drop has arrived. The Prism is here. The Immortals, they shut down the Robo. They do depower it. Nice pickup. Bearing in mind there is no blink, so there's no way to punish this Prism. Trap does get away. Supply blocking Goblin, delaying the production. Now we have a gateway explosion, but again, because of the delayed economy, Goblin is 1 step behind. The gateways are already up and running here for Trap. He's going to be the first to rock up with his 2-base all-in. And Trap, he's not ready. He's not ready. 0 shield batteries, no overcharge. We have a bare bones army here at the natural. And Trap, he's pushing in. Takes out the would-be shield battery. Going for the Prism. Collapsing the Immortal. And just warping it into the face of Goblin. Trap, he's snowballing out of control. He's breaking through the front lines. The Immortal, it does go down as well. Unable to keep it alive. GG gets called, and Trap will take game number 1. GG. A solid start there for Trap. Again, it all did begin with the initial move out. Unfortunately, Goblin just wasn't aware how committed Trap was when he moved out across the map, hit the natural, and arrived not just with Adepts, but with Stalkers and Sentries as well. Goblin was caught with his pants down, and with that, Trap takes a lead. Does take a lead, and now we're getting ready for game number 2. Oh boy, we're sailing into game 2. Gonna be loading into, once again, Ghost River. We've seen this map quite a lot here tonight. It's it's a little bit surprising, at least in the PvPs. We have not been vetoing this map. We've been embracing it back. Let's go. Here we go. We're getting into game 2 and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ghost River. We have the Croatian Protoss player, the Teal Protoss, representing the Platinum Heroes. Down in the series, hoping to bounce back here and now and force an ace match. It is Goblin. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Gen G Esports. 1 game away from claiming this series. It is Trap. We go. As a reminder, there's only 1 series left after this best of 3, and that is Trap versus Lambo. 1 series to go. So Oliver has already played out all of his matches. As a reminder, he got the walkover over Art. So we're nearing the finale here of the broadcast. I'm hoping we can get a back and forth between Goblin and Trap, but the pressure is now on our Teal Protoss. He's opening up in an interesting fashion. Okay, 2-gate. For a moment there, I was like, yo, we gonna be skipping it? Are we gonna go for a gate cyber opener? Never mind. 2-gate opener out of Trap, 2-gate opener out of Goblin. Calming things down. Side, of course, now on the way, and we'll see what kind of units of choice we have. Goblin hiding his probe. It looks like he wants to hide his pylon. There we go. Pylon has been thrown down, and the idea here is he's trying to make it look like he's going for a proxy across the map, as Trap does confirm that the pylon should be in the main and is not. As the pylon is suspiciously absent Across the map, we can see the pylon thrown down for trap. No proxy, no fake proxy. Out of our red Protoss. And a trap, he does double check the main base. Does check the edges. Now being forced out, it's going to be a double adept opener out of Goblin. He checks the natural. He does check the natural, does find the pylon, and now trap, he's fully aware of what's going on. He's aware he's safe and sound. Did we? I swear we had 2 adepts on the way. We cancel the one, going for the Stalker, or maybe I'm seeing things. It is 5 a.m. True. It's over. But it's going to be a Stalker Adept opener instead. First Adept's moving out. Likewise, back at home we have our Sentry. Trap just going to be calming things down and easing into a bit of a longer game. But is following up with 2 more Stalkers, not with another Sentry. Okay. You have my attention. As a Goblin, he delays his expansion. Goblin going for some further attack. We do have a Stargate on the way. Meanwhile, Trap going for the faster Nexus instead, as the Adept does shade in. Shade into the main base. We get 2 probe kills so far. Not bad. Okay, almost getting a 3rd. Almost, but not quite. But again, Goblin does confirm the expansion, is aware that Trap will have a bit of an economic lead. But it all comes down to that Oracle to make up for that. The Oracle is on the way. Hallucination will confirm, does get eyes on the Stargate and on the Oracle that's in production, so Trap is fully aware of what's going on. And Trap will intercept. He's making his way over. Oracle about to pop out, it's going to be close. Up! And the Oracle will barely bypass the army. Whew. Remember, Blink is not done. Trap barely does miss it. Well, the Oracle is taking a lot of damage, and back at home we have Stalkers in position. But at least the Oracle survives. This could have been so much worse. Oracle could have gone down. Dipping back in, taking some hull damage. Likewise, across the map, Hallucination confirms the 2nd Oracle on the way. And Trap fully aware. Likewise, gets into the main base as well. No Robo, no Immortal production. It's going to be a Twilight Council into Blink. Blink is on the horizon here for both players. Oracle's being forced back. Trap getting in position. Remember, he's aware of the 2nd Oracle. So Trap taking it very seriously. The Oracles are moving out. And where they can one-shot probes together. I'm moving out across the map. Hallucination, ooh, I think barely caught a glimpse. Maybe to get eyes on this. Oracle's being forced back. This is a little bit concerning. We're investing quite heavily here into the Stargate, into the Oracles. They have not paid for themselves yet. Goblin instead taking a 3rd. Trap not too far behind him. And we're calming down. We're calming things down. We're settling in. Both players are expanding. They're teching. Building up towards their 3rd bases. We're calming down. And what I should emphasize as well is that even though these Oracles haven't done any damage yet, at least they're still alive. They still have potential. They have potential to get into a mineral line, to eviscerate the economy here of Trap. They can still get some work done. Especially as Trap spreads himself thin. Meanwhile, Trap, as he's expanding, as he's settling into his 3 bases, we have a Dark Shrine on the way. Dark Shrine, Forge for upgrades, Robo for detection. I hope we do have, we have the Oracles anyway from the side of Goblin. So we'll have detection available in some way, shape or form. Assuming we don't lose them as 1 Oracle goes down. 1 Oracle does fall. Goblin does not have a Robo. There we go. I was a little bit concerned. The Robo is on the way. We'll have access to observers. But I believe the Dark Shrine, or the DTs, should hit first. As the Dark Shrine is halfway done. And it doesn't take long at all to get across the map. Hallucination checking the main base. Will get eyes on the Robo. Is aware. Despite detection, DTs can still wreak havoc. As the Dark Shrine is now done. Trap can't get ready. There we go. DT's now being morphed in. And yeah, by the time they do morph in, we have the Robo. We're going to have detection. There we go. Observer's on the way. We're going to be okay. I'm hoping so, at least. DTs are waddling in. Oracles with the main army. And I don't believe a Goblin has taken notice yet. Cannons on the way. DTs, they split up. One towards the natural, one towards the main. Goblin, he's focusing elsewhere. Getting caught out in DTs. They do hit the main and the natural. Probes are going down left and right. Detection's on the way. But it may just be too late. Even with detection, we're losing quite a lot of mining time and quite a lot of workers. Yeah, 10 probes going down, 11 probes going down in the main base, going for the pylon as well, but it looks like we will save it. Just barely. Pylon is saved. And the DTs, they have popped off. Finally, they'll be cleaned up. But 14 probe kills is quite a large amount. Trap takes a massive worker lead, getting a 4th base, now getting ready for his own push. The DTs, they've done enough. They've done well enough here. Goblin up in Stalkers. Trap up in Immortals. The Immortals, they do make up for the lack of Stalkers, forcing back the army. Oh, almost catching the Observer. Almost. You have to be careful. Should we maintain our detection? +1 is done for both players. Again, the Immortals are kind of the big deciding factor for Trap, as he has a bit of a more diverse army with Immortals, with Archons. Is higher tech. Meanwhile, Goblin gonna be relying on purely Stalkers. And GG gets called. He doesn't like his chances against the main army. And Goblin does tap out. Oof. GG. I mean, Goblin did lose a lot of workers, so he was already behind in the economy, and he was staring down a pretty intimidating army as well. GG, well played. Goblin taps out. And Trap, he will go through this group undefeated. Oh, wait, no, my apologies. For some reason, I was like, yeah, Lambo versus Oliveira coming out next. Trap is currently undefeated, but we have 1 series left. We have 1 series remaining here as we pay out those predictions and get ready for Lambo versus Trap, the final series of the night. Let's go. We have 1 series left here, the final best of 3, Lambo versus Trap. All the other players have played out all their matches. Nothing else is outstanding. And we'll see if Trap can be stopped. Again, he hasn't dropped a series yet. Has he dropped a map? The answer is no. Trap, he has not dropped a map yet either. So will he go for the perfect score, or will he be stopped? Will he be slowed down by Lambo? I want to believe. I want to believe that Lambo can bring him down.